Okay, picture this. Remember that time you locked eyes with someone across a crowded room? Yeah, we've all been there. Suddenly, the rest of the world fades away, and it's just you and them. Your heart's doing a drum solo, your palms are sweating like you just finished a workout, and you can't seem to form a coherent sentence. Congratulations, my friend. You've been struck by Cupid's arrow. We call it love, or maybe just a really intense crush, but whatever it is, it's messing with your head. Big time. And I'm not talking about the butterflies in your stomach kind of messing. I'm talking about the actual scientific your brain on love kind of messing. Because believe it or not, that crazy little thing called love isn't just some abstract emotion. It's a full-blown chemical party up in your brain, complete with neurotransmitters doing the conga line and hormones spiking like it's New Year's Eve. So, buckle up, lovebirds, because we're about to take a deep dive into the fascinating and often hilarious world of what love does to your brain. Get ready for some mind-blowing science because things are about to get interesting. You know that feeling of euphoria, that can't eat, can't sleep, can't think straight kind of feeling? Yeah, that's not just in your head, it's in your brain too, and science can explain it. We're going to break down the science behind why we act like total goofballs when we're smitten. From the initial stages of attraction to the long-term bonds we form, we'll uncover the secrets of love, one brain chemical at a time. Alright, lovebirds, let's talk about dopamine. You know that tiny little neurotransmitter that's about to become your new best friend? Well, maybe not your friend because, let's be real, dopamine can be a bit of a drama queen. Think of dopamine as the life of the party in your brain. It's the one responsible for all those feel-good vibes, the excitement, the pleasure, the motivation. Basically, dopamine is what makes life fun. And when it comes to love, oh boy, does dopamine know how to make an entrance? The moment you lock eyes with your crush, bam! Dopamine floods your brain like a tidal wave. Now, you might be thinking, okay, so dopamine makes me happy. What's the big deal? Well, here's the thing. Dopamine isn't just about happiness, it's also about reward and motivation. See, your brain is wired to seek out things that make it feel good, and dopamine is its way of saying, yes, more of that, please. So, when you're around someone you're attracted to, your brain goes into overdrive, releasing dopamine like there's no tomorrow. And it's not just about the way they look either. Dopamine gets triggered by all sorts of things during those early stages of love. Their laugh, their scent, the way they say your name. All those little things send your dopamine levels soaring, making you crave more and more of your newfound love interest. Yes, you heard that right. Love can be addictive, at least in those early stages. Remember that feeling of being head over heels, where you can't eat, you can't sleep, and all you can think about is that special someone? Yeah, that's dopamine hijacking your brain, making you act like a lovesick teenager, no matter how old you are. It's like your brain is saying, this person makes me feel amazing, I need them in my life, like right now, and honestly, who can blame it? Okay, so dopamine is the life of the party, getting the love fest started. But what happens when the party's over and you're snuggled up on the couch with your boo? Well, that's where our friend oxytocin comes in. You might know oxytocin as the cuddle hormone, and for a good reason. This little gem gets released in droves when we hug, kiss, or even just touch someone we care about. It's like the glue that binds us together, creating a sense of closeness and connection. But oxytocin is more than just a cuddle monster. It's also a powerful stress reliever, calming our nerves and making us feel safe and secure. Remember that feeling of peace and contentment you get when you're snuggled up with your loved one? You can thank oxytocin for that. Now, let's not forget about serotonin, the other MVP in the love game. Serotonin is all about long-term happiness, stability, and emotional well-being. It's like the wise old sage of your brain, whispering words of peace and tranquility. When we're in a loving, supportive relationship, our serotonin levels get a boost, contributing to a general sense of happiness and satisfaction with life. It's like that warm, fuzzy feeling you get when you know you're right where you're supposed to be. And just like oxytocin, serotonin also plays a role in reducing stress and anxiety. It's like having a built-in best friend who always knows how to calm you down and make you feel better. Together, oxytocin and serotonin work their magic to build trust, empathy, and long-term commitment in relationships. They're like the dynamic duo of love, strengthening the bonds between partners and creating a solid foundation for a lasting connection. Think about it. When you trust someone completely, you feel safe enough to be vulnerable, to let your guard down and show them your true self. And that's where the real magic of love happens. And let's not forget about all those grand romantic gestures we do for love. Yeah, you guessed it. Oxytocin and serotonin are behind those too. Whether it's writing a heartfelt love song or planning a surprise date, these hormones motivate us to go above and beyond to show our partners how much we care. So, we've established that love turns your brain into a cocktail shaker of crazy powerful hormones. And while that might sound amazing in theory, and let's be honest, it can be pretty great, it can also lead to some, interesting emotional side effects. Remember that whole blinded by love thing? Yeah, that's not just a saying, it's a real phenomenon. See, when those love hormones are flowing freely, they can actually cloud our judgment, making us a little less rational and a little more, well, impulsive. Ever found yourself making excuses for a partner's less than stellar behavior? Or maybe you've gone all in on a relationship way too soon. Don't worry, we've all been there. Blame it on the love hormones. They can make us see the world through rose-colored glasses, even when those glasses are a little bit cracked. But wait, there's more. Love doesn't just boost our mood. It can actually have a positive impact on our mental health in some pretty significant ways. Studies have shown that people in loving, supportive relationships tend to have lower rates of depression, anxiety, and even substance abuse. Now, I'm not saying that love is a magical cure-all for mental health issues, but it can definitely play a role in supporting our overall well-being. Feeling loved and supported by a partner can give us a sense of belonging, security, and purpose, all of which are essential for good mental health. Plus, let's not forget about the power of touch. Remember how we talked about oxytocin being released through physical contact? Well, it turns out that cuddling, hugging, and even just holding hands can have a profound impact on our mental and emotional state. Okay, let's talk about pain for a second. Not the heartbreak kind, because frankly, we've already established that love can be a real roller coaster in that department. No, I'm talking about physical pain, the kind that makes you go ow or ouch. Because get this, love doesn't just mess with your emotions, it messes with your pain receptors too. I know it sounds crazy, right? But it's true. Turns out, love has some serious pain-killing superpowers. Studies have shown that holding hands with a loved one, looking at a picture of your significant other, or even just thinking about someone you love can actually reduce the amount of pain you feel. And it's not just some woo-woo placebo effect either. Scientists have done brain imaging studies that show that when people are experiencing love, the same areas of the brain that are involved in pain processing get a little quieter. It's like love throws a big, comfy blanket over your pain centers, muffling the signals that say, hey, this hurts. So, the next time you stub your toe or get a paper cut, just think about someone you love. You might be surprised at how much better it feels. Okay, maybe not better, but hey, every little bit helps, right? But seriously, the science behind this is fascinating. It suggests that love, especially the kind of deep, abiding love we feel for romantic partners, has a profound impact on our physical well-being, not just our emotional state. So there you have it, folks. We've journeyed deep into the messy, exhilarating, and slightly terrifying world of what love does to your brain. We've seen how dopamine sends us head over heels in the early stages, how oxytocin and serotonin build trust and long-term happiness, and how love can even act as a natural painkiller. Basically, love is like a wild, hormone-fueled roller coaster ride that can leave you feeling euphoric one minute and completely bewildered the next. But hey, who doesn't love a little excitement in their life, right? But on a serious note, understanding the science behind love can actually be incredibly empowering. It helps us appreciate the profound impact that love has on our brains, our bodies, and our overall well-being. It also reminds us that those crazy, intense feelings we experience when we're in love aren't just in our heads. They're the result of real, measurable changes happening within our brains. But even with all the scientific knowledge we've gained, there's still a certain mystique to love. Wouldn't you agree? We can analyze hormones and map neural pathways, but at the end of the day, love remains one of life's greatest mysteries. And maybe that's a good thing. After all, where's the fun in knowing how something works if it means losing that sense of wonder and awe? So, the next time you find yourself falling head over heels for someone, embrace the craziness, enjoy the ride. And remember that your brain is working overtime to create one of the most incredible experiences life has to offer. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go call my own special someone and thank them for being my personal dopamine dealer. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more mind-blowing insights into the world of love, science, and everything in between.